So welcome to the Fast Focus Forum. Thanks for joining me. My name is Gareth Russell, and this video training is broken down into 5 parts, and it's all about introducing you to some simple, powerful tools that you can use from every day here on in, just to have a better day, optimize your week, get more stuff done, feel more grateful, and also feel happier with what you're doing. So why don't we get straight into it? So a little bit about me before we start about the course, just so you know who I am. So my name is Gareth Russell. I run an independent people development consultancy called Russell People Partners. I got my first trainer role back in 2009. I ended up running learning teams for a department of about 26,000 people eventually. I set up Russell People Partners at the end of 2017, and I'm in a really fortunate position that I've worked with thousands of people now, delivering training, working as a coach with them, and it's given me a unique insight into what works. And it's this: simple, practical ideas applied consistently. That's it. A lot of people talk about willpower. I wish I had more willpower to do that, or motivation. Maybe that they didn't procrastinate quite so much. Maybe that there's other stuff that they need to know before they will take action. Trust me, I have been there myself, and I've seen the same thing in countless people that I've worked with. And really, it's about having some simple ideas, some practical tools you can apply consistently. Get yourself into a nice rhythm, and that's when you start achieving those results. And that's exactly what the Fast Focus Forum is all about. So here's what you can expect that we're going to cover. So I'm going to give you a simple structure to help optimize your day and your week. We'll explore the science of goal setting so that you can set goals more effectively. We're going to look at micro progress. I'm going to refer to that as wins. And why that matters so much. We're going to have a look at a really powerful approach to habit formation. So if you're interested in developing some good habits, maybe reducing the number of bad habits that you have, we've all got them, I've got mine, then that bit's for you. We're going to look at how you practice gratitude more effectively, so you can feel more grateful, kind of tune into the stuff that really feels positive and beneficial, rather than kind of get bogged down with the stuff that's not working so well. I'm going to look at a little trick to fast forward or shortcut your learning and growth, so you make progress in less time. And also a way to identify what brings you most joy. You may have an idea about that already, maybe not. But certainly the tool that we're going to look at is a really good way of spotting what kind of makes you uniquely you, what fills you with joy and makes you feel really alive. So that's what you can expect. Now, all of what we cover is backed up by 2 resources. So this entire training is based on predominantly these 2 resources. Now, they are optional. You do not need to go ahead and purchase these, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, and you can find links on the screen and also accompanying this video that would take you through to purchase those if that's what you decide you want to do. So the first resource is the Best Self Journal. You'll see that on the left of the screen. This is something that provides a nice one-stop shop, an all-in-one solution for a lot of the things that we're going to cover here. Something that you can carry around with you, something that you can actually engage in the act of writing some of this stuff down, which can actually be really powerful. And it's something that I've been using for, probably about 3 months now, and has really helped me. I've been really kind of skeptical about journals, tools of this sort of nature up to now. I've tried a few different ones out. They've sort of worked, but not exactly as I would have hoped. And this is hands down the best kind of journal tool that I have tried in 10 plus years worth of trying this stuff out. So I highly recommend it. The second resource is a book by James Clear called Atomic Habits. Now, I went through a period a few years ago of reading as many personal development books as I could get my hands on, and went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books, consuming content as quickly as I could, determined to learn as much as I could so that I could improve my results. And to be honest, this book is an absolute standout book amongst all of those hundreds of books that I've read. The ideas presented in Atomic Habits are not necessarily new ideas. You can find them in other books that cover habits, human behaviour change. But the way in which James Clear presents these ideas simplifies them and provides a really practical framework to introduce new habits, reduce the effect of bad habits, and make that stuff stick is profound, is life-changing. This is a book that I recommend to anybody, coaching clients, delegates that I train as a trainer. I feel like I've recommended this book hundreds of times since I purchased it. It's just a fantastic read. Really, really excellent book. So these two resources, we're going to cover off the best bits, if you like, of both of those during the Fast Focus Forum. So they are optional, but you might enjoy them as much as I have, so I really do recommend them. Here's what we're going to start with. Businesses have run themselves on a quarterly basis for many, many years now. A quarter of a year is 13 weeks. And I'm going to encourage you to think about where you would like to be in 13 weeks' time. So the specific day that's 13 weeks ahead of today when you're watching this video. Take a moment, have a look when that is, and decide for yourself, what do I want to achieve by that date? Could be in business or career, could be with your health or well-being. Maybe it's about relationships, so those people who are your nearest and dearest. Could be a combination of those. Think about the result goal. I'm going to call it that. So this is the outcome, or outcomes if you want more than one goal, that you would like to achieve 13 weeks from now. So a result goal might be a reduction in body weight or an improvement in fitness. It might be that you've submitted a bit of project work that you're currently working on in your career. Maybe it's a business goal about revenue generation or finding new clients. Whatever the case may be, what's the result that you'd like to achieve within that 13-week period? The other thing I'm going to recommend is thinking about why that result matters to you. Sometimes we set goals for ourselves, but actually they're sort of goals for other people. It's what other people expect us to do. They don't necessarily resonate as much as they ought to. So I'd really encourage you with those goals that you're pondering to have a think about, why does that matter to you? Like, what would it mean to achieve that goal? What would be possible? How would you be different? What would people be thinking about you or saying about you when you go ahead and achieve those result goals? So have a think about that. The next thing that I'm going to get you to think about once you've done that is progress goals. Now, these are essentially the chunks of your result goal. So if you chunk down your result goal into the 3, 4, 5 bits of progress over that 13 weeks, what are those progress goals? So perhaps you've got a fitness goal, for instance. Perhaps you don't currently belong to a gym. So you might set yourself a result goal about achieving a certain body weight and working out a certain number of times per week. A progress goal initially might be, well, I'm going to check out what sort of classes are available, what sorts of gyms near me are offering classes, whether that's at home workouts, so digitally, or whether it's something that you could attend in person. As I record this, we're right in the middle of a global pandemic, and everybody's working from home. So some people, myself included, are working out from home. So that could be a good first step, is check out what sort of online fitness classes might I be interested in. The next step after that, another progress goal might be to actually join one of those classes. And there will be other progress goals after that, perhaps when you check in at the end of 4 weeks to determine where your body weight is at or your level of fitness, and start tracking in that way. So these are your progress goals. So the focus of today's video is really to start thinking about 13 weeks from now, the result goal that you want to achieve, the progress goals that will help you know that you're working towards that result goal. And then one final thing that I'm going to leave you with today is this. One win for today. So I'm going to encourage you to think about one thing, just one, that you could do by the end of today that you could count as a win. Now, this does not have to be something big, does not have to require a lot of effort. In fact, you're probably more likely to go and do it and complete it if it doesn't require too much from you. And the reason for getting you to think about this is actually your self-esteem is heavily dependent on you doing the things that you said you were going to do. Now, that's not necessarily things that you've said you're going to do to other people, although it could be, but your self-esteem is effectively the reputation that you've got with yourself. So when you set out to do something, how true is it that you go and do that? And if you don't, if you give yourself a bit of an easy ride and you don't do that thing that you said you were going to do today, it over time erodes your self-esteem and can leave you feeling really pretty poor about yourself. So the reason I'm getting you to think about a win for today is because this is your first step towards that progress that you want to make over the next 13 weeks. It's a way of topping up your self-esteem just a little bit. And it's also a way of starting the process, getting you into momentum. So into action towards the goals that you want to set for yourself over 13 weeks. And it's something that you can build upon, again, by taking small steps, day in, day out, and recording those as wins. All of these over time will make a huge difference to your level of energy towards your goals and also how you're feeling about yourself. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching up to this point, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.